we are going to be solving a radical expression. Now our problem is going to be now before you go and solve a radical expression, you have to understand what you have here. So we have 2 whole radicals of 3 minus 4 whole radicals of 75. And what exactly does that mean? Well, there are many parts to a radical. The number here is the radicand. There's always an exponent. When you don't see an exponent, you just assume it's 1. The number here is the index. If there's no number there, it always equals 2. Okay, so in our second step, the whole idea of radical expressions is getting the number out from underneath the radical sign. Now, in order to do that, we have to make sure that these are in the simplest form. Now, 3 is, so we can go ahead and move this down, but the 75 is not. So we take a little side trip, and we factor 75. We write that back under the radical sign because we haven't moved it out yet. Now in our third step, we're going to try to get the numbers under the radical signs out, because again, that's the whole focus of what we're trying to do here. So in order to get a number out, you have to follow this formula. Now in the radical, here's where you are. There's the number, the exponent is here, and the index is here, which corresponds to this. So in order to get the 3 out, you have to go 2 times 3. Now you put the exponent on the 3 is a 1, so you put 1 over, and the index is a 2. Now you want to go ahead and write in the 2's here so that you don't forget that. Now over here, we're going to do the same thing. So we get 3, 1 over 2 times 5, 2 over 2. Now, the exponent fraction notation on the 3, it does not equal 1, which means the 3 is going to have to go back under the radical sign. Same thing with this 3. However, now the 5 has a 1 here, because 2 over 2 equals 1. So the 5 can come out, and now you're going to put it in front. If the number here multiplies to less than 100, we go ahead and write it out. So we have 2 radical 3 minus 20 radical 3. Now we can go ahead and subtract, because the number underneath here is the same. Now, at the beginning, the number wasn't the same, so we couldn't subtract. You have to make sure that they're the same underneath. Now, if this kind of confuses you or worries you a little bit, you can go ahead and make another little sidetrack and make this radical 3 equal to a. And now you have 2a minus 20a. You go ahead and you do the subtraction and you get negative 18a. Now we need to go back and plug in the radical 3 for the a. So in our last step, for negative 18, radical 3, and there's your final answer. Now these problems may seem difficult, like at the beginning, but if you follow each and every step, make all your little sidetracks for your little tiny problems within the larger problem, it all becomes very simple and easy.